Good day. My name is Ephemeris, and welcome back to another episode of Astrology Bonus. In the world of astrology, quite often a comparison chart between a moment in the past and a chart of the current moment or a moment in the future is drafted in order to hone in on potential astrological hotspots that may shed light on pertinent geopolitical events or give general estimates relating to financial affairs and other trends which may arise at some point in the human realm. Today I will compare a chart of the moment for May 20th, 2024, New York City, against the May 17th, 1792 New York Stock Exchange natal chart. Utilizing zodiacal horoscopes for various stock exchanges has proven to be an excellent method of predicting the future in general. On May 20th, 2024, Uranus will make a powerful square aspect with the New York Stock Exchange natal Pluto, and this is where our reading begins. Uranus and the New York Stock Exchange natal Pluto reach a malefic square aspect in the morning between 6:39 a.m. and 10:21 a.m. During that time, Uranus transits through the 10th house, which answers questions relating to kings, nobles, magistrates, and masters, the mother and father-in-law, lawyers, the sickness of children, and gains made by arts and sciences. Scientific discoveries, developments, tests, or demonstrations seem to be standing out in this reading. Someone may have mastered a new skill or craft, or may have access to or developed a new body of knowledge. Uranus is one of the malefic and unfortunate evil planets. It is often associated with pioneers in advanced lines of thought, occult research, something unveiled that is ahead of its time, telepathy, electricity, inventions, and Freemasonry. Someone has intuitive tendencies and inventive ability, a strong constructive imagination, an improvement upon almost everything, liability to accidents through explosions or electricity or vehicular transport. The Uranus-Pluto square aspect may increase the risk of accidents relating to aluminum, uranium, radium, electrical equipment, and batteries. Uranus is linked to spectacular disasters, earthquakes, kilowatts, electronics, lawlessness, magnetism, radicalism, outlaws, mutiny, commoners, shock, sudden changes, upsets, unexpected happenings, and volcanic eruptions. Pluto is a malefic, evil, unfortunate planet and is associated with powerful forces beyond human control. Dramatic changes, crisis, outbreaks of war or disease, intense energy, life-changing events, the Lord of the Underworld, atomic energy, and informal machines. Uranus in the violent sign Taurus is considered a fall, a malefic sign, and is related to unhappy marriages and unions, personal and business, jealousy, wavering financial affairs, inventions, and original enterprise. Uranus in the 10th house also indicates having more than one business. New York Stock Exchange natal Pluto in the 7th house is placed in the sign Aquarius, which is traditionally a violent sign associated with feudalism. The 7th house represents shares, banks, bonds, fugitives, death of private enemies, and whether or not to remove, pacts, war, public enemies, fugitives, outlaws, and escaped convicts. Pluto in Aquarius represents astronomical discoveries and electrical discoveries, the advent of many social movements. Based on this square aspect of two evil planets in two violent signs, I am predicting the advent or rise of some twisted social movement in the future. Aquarius is associated with radios, electricity, telephones, aeroplanes, electrical powerhouses, and power lines. The age of Aquarius, the age of feudalism. Uranus square Pluto indicates originality, intuition, and technical understanding. Perhaps a major breakthrough in a branch of philosophy known as metaphysics has been made. Has a breakthrough in an abstract concept taken place? Has this breakthrough been applied to science and technology? Has someone out there expanded their knowledge of reality, existence, and time? Is there a possibility this new breakthrough will be unveiled sometime around May 20th, 2024 for the whole world to see? The Sun, Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus travel through the 10th house together in conjunction. The 10th house predicts relatively weighty matters, and therefore planets located here must be intently studied. Unfortunately, these 4 planets are connected to the Moon via 150-degree inconjunction or quincunx. This is a troublesome and highly disruptive astrological aspect which may result in a great deal of uncertainty, difficulty, and stress. This collective aspect indicates disappointment, loss in trade, honor, and respect. There may be customers who are less than respectable, a collapse in fortune, an individual or individuals who are mean in conduct. The Moon in the 3rd house, poorly aspected to the Sun, Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus, indicates trouble and anxiety for parents, unfortunate journeys, removals, difficulties and annoyance, trouble through occult affairs and unreliable friends, stomach and digestive issues, mental disturbances, sudden or peculiar changes in feelings, extremes and reversals. Let's continue. Shallow abilities amongst the population as a whole. For example, excessive video gaming. The Moon in conjunct Jupiter indicates unfortunate speculations, bad moments for gambling and gaming, and risky ventures, misplaced confidence, deception and dishonesty, concealment of motives, poor judgment by self or others. Be careful for false accusations, separation from mother, severe illness, derangements of the stomach and liver, blood disorders, and tumorous growths. This is an unfortunate aspect for women's health. The Moon in unfavorable aspect to Venus indicates widespread overindulgence in pleasures, careless habits and manners, loss and difficulty in connection with money or business pursuits, trouble in partnerships, disapproval of parents, unpopularity, slander and scandal whether deserved or not. This is another aspect indicating ill health periodically. The Moon in poor aspect to the Sun indicates much ambition but irresolute, immoderate, and oversensitive personalities, difficulty in financial affairs, accumulating money or obtaining and keeping money, loss by speculation, disappointment, and overconfidence, loss through inferiors, and dishonesty. The Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus conjunction is collectively tied to Neptune, which is transiting through the 8th house of death. Neptune in the 8th house indicates the ability to enter upon spirit planes and gaining knowledge and information through the experience. I wonder, has someone developed something scientifically by visiting the astral plane? Neptune in the 8th house also indicates danger of death on water, strange dreams and psychic experiences, trouble through money matters after marriage and through complicated money affairs of others, nightmares, strange dreams, weird feelings, trance conditions, and astral experiences. Neptune in the 8th house also indicates the risk of peculiar death. The Sun adverse Neptune indicates being liable to be the victim of fraud and scandal, whether deserved or not, unstable affairs, and abnormal tastes, which indicates widespread, lax morality, bohemianism, and seductive alliances. mediumistic abilities, weird dreams, feelings, and desires, difficulty through children, loss through speculation, gaming, or deception concerning securities and investments, fraud, enmity, and conspiracy. Neptune in unfavorable aspect to Jupiter indicates loss through speculation, fraud, treachery, peculiar loss through speculation, religious benefits, danger from deceit and dishonesty, trouble through water and liquids, drugs, beverages, and danger at sea or pleasure resorts. Neptune in unfavorable aspect to Venus include disappointment, complications, deceit, and danger of scandal in love and marriage, possibility of financial loss through schemes, trusts, cliques, or rackets. Be aware of wrong food combinations or impure substances. Neptune in general aspect with Uranus indicates experiments, secret missions, occult affairs through mystical or secret societies, metaphysics, investigation of mysterious things and the occult. Someone has been subject to strange psychic conditions, consciously or unconsciously. Things also associated with the 8th house include crisis, unexpected or unforeseen situations, fear, dread, and panic. Mercury in the 9th house indicates much worry and affliction, scattered forces, engaging in numerous activities instead of concentrating on one thing until completed, much doubt, difficulties with legal affairs, and fruitless and troublesome journeys. Mercury, square the Pluto, part of fortune, vertex combination, indicates much loss and damage through speculation, crosses and losses to estate by means of children. Snap judgments and impatience seem to resonate. Someone out there has been molded into an obsessed fanatic. Mental turmoil leads to physical disorders and inner restlessness, which has driven someone to obsessively search for new knowledge and occult information and has a preoccupation with death. On May 20th, we see Mars separating from the dragon's head in the 8th house. Unfortunately, Mars in the 8th house shows sudden or violent death, loss of legacy, and financial loss through partner. There is a possibility of gifts, legacy, and gain by those deceased. Saturn in the 7th house Pisces indicates a poor husband or wife, enduring coldness and incompatibility with marriage partner, ruined by contracts and partnership, persistent opponents, litigation, and business treachery. The dragon's tail in the 2nd house indicates misfortune in finances, indebtedness, loss and damage to estate, sorrow, fears, and worries concerning money matters. The dark moon Lilith in the 2nd house indicates loss of money, great want of money, and much poverty. Loss, generally, by means of evil spirits. Previous time Uranus made a square aspect with the New York Stock Exchange Pluto natal position was May 15th, 1980. There are a significant number of major geopolitical events which took place in the days prior to and after May 15th, and some of those events during that time were relatively alarming. April 1st, 1980, failed assassination attempt of Tariq Aziz of Iraq. April 1st, 1980, France performs a nuclear test underground at Muron Atoll in French Polynesia. April 3rd, France performs another nuclear test in French Polynesia. April 3rd, the United States performs a nuclear test at the Nevada testing site. April 12th, the U.S. boycotts Moscow Olympic Games because of the USSR invasion of Afghanistan. April 16th, the United States tests a nuclear weapon at Nevada test site. April 24th, the United States military operation to rescue 52 hostages in Iran fails and 9 die. April 26, Great Britain performs a nuclear test at the Nevada testing site. May 2nd, the US performs a nuclear test at the Nevada testing site.
May 5th, the Secret Air Service and police stormed the Iranian embassy in London. May 18th, 1980, Mount St. Helens explodes. On June 8th, 1940, another square between Uranus and the New York Stock Exchange natal Pluto position occurred. On June 5th, World War II rages across Europe. The Battle of France, Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler, crosses the River Somme. On June 9th, Charles de Gaulle has his first meeting with Prime Minister Winston Churchill. On June 10th, Italy declares war on France and Great Britain as part of its Axis alliance with Nazi Germany. On July 31st, 1897, another Uranus natal Pluto square occurred. The Tennessee Centennial and International Exhibition hosts a large pyramid in its exhibit in Memphis, Tennessee. President McKinley officially opens the event from the White House, where he pushes a button that remotely initiates the machinery building at the fair. On June 29, 1856, Uranus and Pluto square. On June 9th, 500 Mormons leave Iowa City, Iowa, and head west for Salt Lake City, Utah, carrying all their possessions in two-wheeled carts. A group of people taking an exit. In early June 1856, a sudden and massive rise of water levels in major French rivers occur. The flood of 1856 was one of the worst floods in French history. On June 17th, the new ballroom at Buckingham Palace is unveiled. The next year, in 1857, Mount St. Helens in the Cascade Range erupts and remains active for 25 years. The power that exists deep within Western America's peaceful Cascade Range has the potential to destroy cities, devastate lands, and cause horrible deaths. Which one of these sleeping giants might awaken next? Is there a possibility a major eruption may occur in the near future, somewhere on the planet? Will we soon bear witness to Mother Nature's power? Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the financial prediction. Let's take a look at a graph that shows the value of the New York Stock Exchange between 1977 and 1985. As you can see, we have a gradual rise in value over the course of 9 years. Notice a sharp decline in the market in February 1980, gradually dropping 100 points by late April, followed by a gradual rise recovering in value late November. This is a magnification of that chart. As Uranus approaches natal Pluto, we see a significant decay in value, and as Uranus separates, we have a gradual recovery in value. Keep a close eye on the stock market. Watch that dip, that big red candlestick indicating a market plunge, which could be a 15% decrease in value, close to a 3,000 point drop in today's market terms. You can utilize inverse ETFs to ride the market and make a profit on the way down, and then regular ETFs to make a profit on the rebound as we head toward late 2024. This is where things get a little dark. On May 20th, 2024, Lilith lies on the cusp of the third house, Libra. The third house often represents messengers and communications. Perhaps communication issues will be present. An unquenchable desire for communications and information will arise. A major communication breakdown, perhaps. Long journeys of lovers, mutations, possible lies or manipulation or seduction through communication. The New York Stock Exchange natal chart shows a brief conjunction between the part of fortune and the dark moon Lilith early in the morning at approximately 7:11 a.m., close to the signing of the Buttonwood document. I wonder if the original 24 stockbrokers on May 17th, 1794, were in communication with some evil, intelligent higher power through witchcraft or summoning, perhaps. The original founding document of the New York Stock Exchange is one of the most important financial documents in U.S. history. According to legend, the signing took place under a buttonwood tree where the earliest financial transactions took place. The agreement was established as a response to the first financial panic in the young nation's history. Raphael's astronomical ephemeris of the planets for 2024 contains some scary information about May 20th, which should also be addressed. When we examine the lunar aspects for May 20th, 2024, we see no major or minor aspects listed between the moon or any other planet, and on that day the moon changes into the sign Scorpio, indicating that the moon is completely void of course for the entire day. This may indicate people on a global scale have clouded thinking or are not tuned in with reality. Either way, I don't think it is a lucky sign. Before I leave you, I would like to discuss one other noticeable and mysterious aspect contained in this reading. On May 20th, 2024, while the power and strength of the Uranus New York Stock Exchange natal Pluto square is at its maximum, the part of fortune which is thought to indicate material success and good fortune by luck, and the vertex which is connected to fate, simultaneously conjoin a malefic and evil Pluto, lord of the underworld. As you can see from this computer-generated animation, the part of fortune and vertex slowly approach Pluto, and once they separate, their respective rate of change accelerates to a significant velocity. The Pluto part of fortune vertex conjunction is also 150 degrees in conjunct the New York Stock Exchange natal Black Moon Lilith part of fortune conjunction. I believe this is significant zodiacal activity closely tied to the 6th house. Perhaps the recovery of the sick, farming, a new disease perhaps, the long journeys of kings. I hope this reading resonates. My name is Ephemeris. Until next time.